What progress or positive change in representation have you seen in the last 5 to 10 years? And what more would you like to see? So James, do you want to start?
Yeah, so I would say I have seen the conversation about disability representation. I've seen that conversation a lot in various articles, publications. I've seen more, I've seen a few more roles on TV and in other media, and I've seen an increase in auditions a little bit, but it's still very, very lacking. If you look at the numbers, it's still an extremely small percentage, of people who actually have disabilities in those roles. And so I just want to see, more auditions. I want to see more roles actually cast for people with disabilities. And I want to see people, in lead roles, recurring roles, series regulars, and just prominent roles with disabilities. So I'd like to see a lot more of that.
I could not agree more with everything that you said. And in terms of the progress that I've seen, over the last maybe 5 years or so, I've noticed the rise of advocacy groups on social media and people really beginning to care about advocacy and representation. So I think just that visibility alone has been a big step forward in the last few years. But other things that can be improved on is having more complex characters with disabilities. Sometimes, when there's a character that uses a wheelchair, they seem to only be there for the fact that they use a wheelchair, and that isn't what we need. We need, people showing all the diversity of the human experience. So that's one thing. And then behind the camera, there are so many disabled creators and people with talents, so we need to be hiring them for our productions to be writers and camera and crew. There's a lot more that we can be doing.
Yeah, absolutely. I agree. I feel definitely people who are actually disabled need to be filling the roles, But in the past 5 to 10 years, I've definitely seen more representation in like media and such, commercials, here and there, but definitely would like to see it more normal, more on a normal basis, an everyday thing,
Yeah, I think in terms of publishing, which is my area of career, I guess, I'm really loving the increase in disability representation. It's not much, but it's something, and I really appreciate that. When I first started writing professionally, disabled characters were like few and far between, and disabled authors were like just none. There were none. And we've been seeing a lot more disabled authors be put up for representation and being published, which is amazing. But I really want to see, like everyone else has said, more disabled characters, and not just in publishing. I want it in big blockbuster movies. I want it in sitcoms and soap operas. I want to see, because disabled people are everywhere, and you just don't see that in media.
Yeah, it sounds like there has been progress that has been made, but there's definitely a long way to go.